We didn't plan this. We just kept having the kind of conversations that made other women say, why aren't you guys recording this?
So now here we are. Welcome to Closet Chaos and Chair Confessions, where the clothes are cute, the hair's half done, and the truth? Well, it's usually somewhere between emotional breakdowns and outfit changes.
Isn't that the truth? We're talking fashion, hair, business, burnout, and all the stuff that nobody else wants to say out loud.
For sure. It's like therapy, but with better outfits, more cussing, a lot of Midwest charm, and wine. So let's get into it.
Welcome back, everyone, to Closet Chaos and Chair Confessions. I am Desiree, your host here and owner of Style by Desiree. I have Heidi, my lovely co-host and best friend and like mad bitch. Like, she just does everything for me. She's my grounding source that I tell everybody. And then we have a special guest today, Kristine from HOTWORX. I'm so pumped and excited about this podcast episode today because, I mean, I was there at 6:45 this morning. You were there, you said, late last night.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, if those of you who don't know me personally or don't come to see me in the salon, HOTWORX is something that I started doing about 4 or 5 months ago, earlier this summer. I had a weight loss journey, had stopped working out for a while and kind of gotten back into working out, but I wanted to find something that like made sense for me in my lifestyle. And I cannot tell you, HOTWORX has like been my dream come true. It's my new obsession. I love it. So I'm so excited that Kristine's here to talk all about HOTWORX, its benefits, and how we're kind of partnering up too, and how she kind of got into HOTWORX and what brought her into that journey as well. So welcome, Kristine.
I'm so excited to be here.
Good.
Seriously, this is so fun.
Good. And I know, Heidi, you've worked out at HOTWORX too.
I have. Yes, not consistently. I need to get better at that, but don't we all? But yes, I think it's a great thing for quick workouts, and I just something different where it's not a huge gym. That's kind of what sold me on it because I don't like big gyms.
A very unique
I don't like
concept.
people watching me work out. So that is, yes, very wonderful concept.
Yeah, it really is. So, Kristine, kind of tell me, or tell our listeners too, what kind of got you started into fitness in the first place? Kind of like your personal story or like light bulb moment that got you into all of it.
So I was about 19 years old. I was close with somebody who was really big into fitness.
Okay.
Into lifting, eating right, just overall wellness. And I grew up a dancer. I had a dance background. And I was like, okay, how can I merge these two worlds? So I became a group fitness instructor. Originally, just for Zumba classes, because that was all the craze. Back in the late 2000s is when this happened. And then it just went from there. I ended up going to Grandview University, studying health and fitness promotion, because I just kind of wanted to share that. Like, you only get one body in your life,
right?
And you really have to take care of it, and you have to really be in tune with it.
Yeah. And this is something that I think for people who are not familiar with HOTWORX, it's something that people with busy lifestyles can do. That's one of the things that I loved about it so much, was that it worked around my schedule. My schedule is hectic, but you can do quick workouts. So I know we'll get into that. And the sauna aspect has so many benefits for health, but you've seen all kinds of people come through the doors. What's been like the most surprising transformation that you've witnessed at HOTWORX?
Reward that you for that.
Yeah.
So that's cool too. So they were 130,000 calories and hit 501
sessions.
Holy cow.
And I was working at the sauna with her one night.
and she showed me her before and after. And I was like, girl photoshopped that.
I'm just like, no, seriously.
I'm like,
My goodness, I've seen like transformations of yes. Then when I saw it side by side, I'm like, wow. And like, I just went up to a member the other day,
and I was like, okay, I get
saying this in the kindest way possible. When you walked in these doors, you were terrified.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I
see you
every day consistently. I'm like,
you have aged
backwards.
backwards 10 years.
Yeah.
And there's people that can lose 35 pounds in the first few months, drop 2 pant sizes in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool program that, you know, it's easy to stay consistent with HOTWORX.
It really is. And that transformation or that like goal that you just said that she had, what'd you say, 150?
It's 150,000 calories in 90 days, 501 sessions is what she completed. She had a goal for herself to do it. Like she was close.
Wow.
We checked it last night and she did.
That's incredible. And just for those like comparison, I started back, I think in like the end of April, beginning of May. And in my first 90 days, I did like 30 some thousand calorie burn. And I was like feeling amazing about that. So the fact that she did 150,000 calorie burn, that's amazing.
It's a lot. That's dedication.
Yes.
And it's easy. You're getting more out of it in less time, and you can still go on with your day-to-day life, you know, while still, you know, losing the weight, getting fit, you know, just transform.
Yeah. So we have a lot of our listeners are a lot of women, moms juggling their kids and work and all of that good stuff. How would you describe HOTWORX to someone who thinks they don't have time to work out?
You always have time to work out at HOTWORX. We're a 24/7 boutique fitness studio. Our doors are always open for members. So if you know, work a weird shift, you know, you can come in at 2 a.m. and put your workout in. You know, you said busy moms. I'm a mother myself, and we want to do all the things, and we generally tend to do the things with other people first. So the workouts, they're either 15 or 30 minutes in length. Like you're in, you're out, you're on your way, and you're still getting a really good workout in that short amount of time. And, you know, there are people that are like, you know, how can I, you know, get a good workout in 15 minutes? You know, step into the sauna. I will show you how you can.
Absolutely.
You know, I juggle working at the studio full time. You know, I have a husband, a house, children to take care of.
Mhm.
You know, they're in cross country, soccer, volleyball, tumbling.
Yep.
And I am still able to take that little time to get back into the studio, do my workout, and do something for myself.
Yes.
Because I need to take care of me to take care of everyone else around me too.
Absolutely. That is so important.
So, and we
Yeah.
talk about that all the time.
All the time.
And I know that those that listen to our podcast every week are going to be like, yeah, you do. You sound like a broken record. But the thing is that even those of us who are aware of that and know that about ourselves still even have to remind ourselves constantly that we have to give ourselves permission to take time for ourselves and be better for ourselves, for everybody else around us.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's people who will come in and they're like, you know, I didn't, you know, come for the last few days, or it's been a week since I've been here. I'm just like, give yourself grace, because rest is taking care of yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and we have to, you know, be forgiving of ourselves sometimes. Like we are our own harshest critics.
Right.
Like, you know, we can say, do this, do that, but unless we do it and implement it ourselves, you know, the words don't mean much.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was one of the things I loved about going to HOTWORX is you can get in anytime because you have a code. And so that kind of took, even though I'm not there on a consistent basis, that kind of took a lot of the excuses away for me, because you don't close at a certain time. You don't open until, you know, you are open all of the time, and you have your own code that you can get in. And so that takes a lot of excuses away.
Yeah. And especially with being able to book right on that HOTWORX app, you know, if you book a session and it's like something came up, I'm running late, just delete it. It's not a big deal, reschedule it for an hour from now, when you do have that time. So
I do that all the time.
Yep.
me too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's what's so great about it. And I will tell you, it was a client of mine who got me into doing HOTWORX because I had heard other clients who had been coming to HOTWORX since it had opened last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we opened the doors to members November 14th of last year.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on a year here soon. That was a crazy time.
Yeah.
It was insanity, but it was the best kind of insanity.
Yeah, yeah. So, and my clients kept saying, "Have you worked out at HOTWORX yet? Because I know you're looking for a new place to work out." I was like, "No, I haven't tried it out yet because I thought it was just hot yoga, which I loved the concept, but I did not realize that there was multiple other classes that you can take."
We get that a lot.
Yeah.
They think that we are just a hot yoga studio because there are a lot of those around, but we're so much more than that. There's hot stretch class, hot core class, hot buns class. Everybody wants the booty.
Yes.
And then we have the 15-minute workouts that are like a spin class in the sauna. We have rowers in the sauna. The functional exercise zone where you can do some of that weight training. I'll tell everybody, weight training is the best way to like hack your metabolism. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. So we really do have it all.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was one thing that I was kind of scared about was the sauna portion, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like being so hot while I work out. But I tell you what, it's become like my new addiction is like going to the sauna to work out. Like I love it, how it makes me feel. And if you haven't done it, you guys, you need to try it because you don't know unless you try it. And don't knock it until you try it either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's a real thing.
That you don't have to already love hot yoga or hot exercise to come to HOTWORX. HOTWORX is a place where you learn to love it.
Yeah.
The first time you step into that sauna, you're like, shit, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
And then you step out and you're like, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Just like mind, body, soul. It really does hit everything.
It really does.
Yeah. I was a little nervous when I started because as a woman in menopause and perimenopause, all of that, hot flashes. I'm like, no, I'm not going into somewhere that is hot. No way.
I get enough of this already.
Right. But when I got in there, the fact that you can adjust the temperature, I liked that. However, that being said, I never adjusted it once to go down. It was always at the higher level, and I loved it. It never bothered me. I felt so good when I came out of there and so refreshed, which just sounds so funny to say. Sitting in a sauna, you're thinking, oh no, you're hot and sweaty and you're working out. Ew. But no, it is something amazing, something that you just can't explain. You've got to go try it yourself because I wasn't sure at first either.
So Kristine, tell us like in real girl terms, what like the infrared sauna benefits are and what it is. So those that don't know can hear it.
There's really so many. An infrared sauna is going to be different than your traditional sauna. Those are generally hotter and more humid. So our infrared saunas, they run at 125 degrees, and it's a different kind of heat. It's going to heat your body from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. It really hits you on a cellular level. It detoxes your body. You are muscles warm up faster in these saunas. So when you're working out, you won't get as sore and you're going to get more out of it. It's so good for muscle aches and pains, joint aches and pains. So, if you do have, bad knees, a bad hip, I mean, mine snap, crackle, pop all the time now. I didn't think it would happen this soon, but it is.
Yep.
It's going to help with that too. And it's described as a warm mental hub. So it does have, it hits your brain too. So you're going to just feel better. And I always mention to the women, it's going to stimulate those fat cells. So it's going to help those burn off a little bit quicker. It is great for the skin. So you're going to see positive changes in your skin. You're just going to see positive changes all around, honestly. Just from being in that.
Is that why I see like a glow about myself after I leave? Like, seriously, my skin is literally glowing when I come home.
That's the sweat. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yes, I knew that too.
So honestly, like that member I was talking about,
Yeah.
Not only has her body aged backwards, like her face has too.
Yeah.
You can just see it. Yeah, and you're just happier, and it just taking care of yourself. I think that it just kind of hits so many other areas of your life as well. Like, yeah.
It does.
I would agree. I would agree. Yeah. So what's the magic? Are these shorter, harder, funnier in general? Stuff.
What are the workouts?
You got the stretch, which is awesome. For people that don't know, are they harder workouts? Are they what workouts like?
They're only going to be as hard as you want them to be. So, our studio, we have 7 saunas, and all of the sessions are on a TV screen in those saunas. Our instructors are virtual instructors. They are real people. I have seen them and met them in person at convention. And you're going to have modifications that you can follow. So there will always be one instructor leading that session, and then there will be one to one side doing more beginner friendly moves, and then one to the other side doing those harder, more advanced moves. I tell everyone, go at your own best pace. That first workout is always going to be the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
It always will be. It only gets better from there. But they're all low impact. There's no running. There's no jumping. It's all isometric. That's just a fancy way of saying, you're holding a pose. You're engaging all those muscles in your body. But being in that sauna just takes it up to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
Without spending 2 hours in a gym lifting and running on a treadmill. Step into the sauna for 30 minutes for a hot bands class and you're good to go.
Yep.
So you say you're getting a full body.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Head to toe. All of the sessions really work every part of your body. So no matter what you do, you're going to leave knowing, you got a great workout in and you didn't have to give up your entire day for it.
No.
Right.
Yeah. And that's something too that I really noticed when I started trying out different classes, because I started with the stretch class because I thought, okay, that might be more my speed since I hadn't worked out in a while. And it was a perfect like little beginner class. And then I kind of just started jumping around to different classes. But I have to tell you this really funny story. The very first time I did the spin class, which I love, by the way, and I love how fast, like the 15 minutes is like perfect for those quick, like I need to get in, but I don't have a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
Because the workout is intense, you guys. You do get your workout in 15 minutes. But I was riding on the bike and going, and she was like amping up the weight on it, and I'm like, all right, I got this. And then just like because I am who I am, I like moaned out loud, kind of like, ah! And because the weight was a lot, and I was just like fighting through it. And the lady next door doing the rowing class must have heard me. And the poor thing came out to check on me to make sure that I hadn't like fallen off of the bike or something.
My gosh.
It was so funny. And she was so sweet. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh, yes. But no, yes, I'm fine.
No.
Yes. I'm like, I'm just working through this. She's like, okay, I just wanted to check to make sure you were okay.
Right there is another thing about our studio. It's become a little family.
It is.
You go into a sauna and, someone else might have booked it with you and you have no idea who they are. But trust me, you're going to come out of that knowing about them and, excited to work out with them again.
Yes.
It's not one of those places where, you just kind of pass by one another. Like there's conversations, there's friendships there. I've seen people go into a sauna and hop out exchanging numbers, like wanting to work out with one another again. So that's another thing I like about it is, we're not some huge big box gym. We're just this adorable little boutique studio. And, I like to say it's not just fitness. We're kind of a family there too.
I totally agree with that because I went in initially thinking because I work with people all day long. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want anybody to look at me. I just want to go in, do my private sauna thing and be done with it. But I will say I have worked out with people before and I have enjoyed their company. I do know other people, obviously some of my clients do it. And I love that in the app, you can like get a squad together and be like, make new friends and also go with your friends. So like if you're needing some girl time and you need to like schedule out your time with your girlfriend or just time for yourself away from your kids, do it. Do it at HOTWORX. I mean, what perfect place where nobody can bother you. Nobody can get to you for at least 45 minutes if you're doing the longer workout and
Exactly.
15 if you're doing the fast one. But at least you're with your friends and or a girlfriend and or by yourself just to like have your me time.
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's awesome.
That's one of those motivating aspects. It, keeps people coming back. I find myself always working out harder when I'm in that sauna with someone
Yeah.
else. When I'm there by myself, we just talked about this the other day, like, I'll slack off a little bit. I'll be laying there and I don't want to do that Pilates push-up. So I'm gonna, scroll on TikTok for a minute or two.
Mhm.
But if someone else is in that sauna, I'm like, okay, it's go time.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do here.
It holds you more accountable.
It does. It really does.
It does.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so we talked a little bit about calories. Depending on the workout, what's the calorie burn like?
So
And I know it depends on the person and how hard, but like
it's really going to depend on the person. But at the end of the day, you are burning more calories than you would at a traditional gym. So
Right.
we kind of say that 15 minutes of cardio in, say, hot cycle or hot thunder is equal to about 45 minutes to an hour of cardio in a traditional gym. So, if you want to do 45 minutes of hot cycle, then yeah, you are going to be burning more calories than you generally would. It is going to be different for everyone based on your height, weight, sex. There's so many contributing factors. But at the end of the day, you do burn more, and that's why it's so effective, and it's why people keep coming back. Honestly, It's because you see those results.
Yep.
Absolutely. I love that.
Okay, so I know that's something that people talk about when they leave is their hair is all a mess because it's hot and sweaty. Do you have like a go-to like fix me up style after you get done working out, or do you work out at the very end of your day so you can just go home?
It really depends on what's going on that day. So there's times that I will go in the morning. There's times that it happens at 9:00 at night. It just depends on usually my children's schedule, because not only do I work at HOTWORX, apparently I'm an Uber as well for them.
Yeah.
So, we got to take care of that. I will be buried in a baseball cap.
Yeah.
So probably. So baseball caps are my thing. You can put it on even if I don't want to wash my hair right after that workout. I know it sounds gross, but I don't want to be washing my hair every day. Dry shampoo, stick that baseball cap on, and nobody knows the difference.
That's right. I rock those hats all the time. Yep, Heidi's got one on right now.
Yep.
So yeah, I totally get that, and I appreciate and respect it. That's one thing too we should quickly say is that you and I talked the other day, and we're going to have a quick little hair refresh station coming soon to HOTWORX here in Altoona. So those that are working out after their workout in the restrooms, they can quickly just use a little dry shampoo to help sop up that sweat, or use it even before they go into the sauna, because that helps absorb it before it even happens. And then have a quick little like hairspray to kind of like refresh your style if you need to just like work out and go. And they'll get a cute little QR code to scan for 10% off if they would in the future like to purchase anything. But also we work together, and I've got a little QR code here at the salon too.
Yes.
For those guests that want to sign up for HOTWORX. They get a little extra discount, and they can try HOTWORX for free, which everybody can try it for free if they want to,
Yep.
right?
That first one is always on us. So like we say, the first one's always the hardest. We're going to let you do that one absolutely free, because we're confident that you're going to love it. And then after that, like all you need to do is just sign up, show up. We're there to make it fun and exciting for you.
Yeah.
You know, there's never a dull day at HOTWORX Altoona. Trust me. There's always something. We're always doing something fun to events, the challenge cards that we do. And it's all for the members, you know, to keep them motivated, to keep them coming back. And like what you and I are doing, we like to, you know, do things with local businesses and show them off as well. And, you know, you wouldn't necessarily think, you know, hair and HOTWORX really go together, but it does. It does.
Yeah.
Yes. There's always so many questions about hair and what to do with it. And my hair is doing this now. My hair is doing that now. And, you know, so that's why we like to bring people like you in and, you know, help our members even more, because, you know, we truly, truly care about them. Some of them have become friends, you know, of mine. And, you know, I love seeing those faces every day.
Yeah.
I hope they love seeing mine too.
That's one thing that Heidi and I have been talking about, and I know we talked about this the other day when we were kind of brainstorming different ideas, but you know, that's one thing that we want to do is be a resource for women. And like, because this podcast is, yes, about hair, yes, about fashion, but it's about wellness and it's about lifestyle and just being the best version of yourself. And so HOTWORX has really truly made me the best person of myself these last few months, and that's why I cannot stop shouting it from the rooftops. And I want everybody else to experience the same kind of things that I'm experiencing, so I want to share all of that with all of my listeners and anybody that'll frankly listen to me, you know. So that's why I'm so excited to work with ladies like yourself, and within the community too. So I can't wait for some of our guests who haven't tried HOTWORX to try it. And those that have already are doing it and got me into it, keep at it, girl, because I want to keep talking about our classes together and the funny experiences that we have and all the transformations and all the goals that we're achieving, because I think it's great. We need to keep cheering each other on. I love it.
I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader there.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to, you know, celebrate small. I'm going to celebrate really big. You know, I'm going to, you know, help me with anything you need with and make you feel confident. You know, when someone comes in, you know, I want to get to know them as, then, you know, not just their fitness background or what we want to get them to talk about. I want to know more about them. You know, just really, really personally want that experience for them. Like I told you, when you first walked into the studio and I saw those hot pink pants coming in, I'm like, I'm really gonna like this lady.
Yeah, and we hit it off ever since.
Exactly.
And come to find out, it's such a small world. She went to school with my husband, and yeah, yes,
Yep.
You didn't tell me that.
I
That is
Both my husband and I graduated from Carlisle. My husband was actually in the same class as Niall.
yeah.
Yeah, know the family and everything. So yeah, I saw her last name and I had to do some digging. I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to be creepy here.
But I loved it. I loved it. Is.
Oh my gosh. I love the fact that with HOTWORX, it doesn't matter where you're starting, because for like me and my journey has been way different than Dez's journey, and everybody's so different. It doesn't matter where you're at. I think this is an easy place to start because it's only, you know, 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it is. It's just something I'm not saying the workouts are easy, but like you said, they have modifications. And I think for everybody's journey, no matter where you're starting, I think it's a really good place because I think a lot of us get intimidated by big gyms. And this is not that. Like you said, it's a small boutique a workout facility, and it's just very personal and friendly. And I think not intimidating.
It really is. And a misconception about it is, it's for people who have done yoga. It's for people who have been working out for, most of their life. And it's not. Like, we are very beginner friendly. Like, we'll meet you where you're at and then go from there. Like, everybody has to start somewhere. As long as you book that free session and you walk through that door, you're going to be okay.
Yeah,
It's going to be great.
Look at the connection you two have.
Yeah.
It's just such a small world, and you just never know. And I think starting somewhere like HOTWORX is just, I don't know. I think it's the way to go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I know we're kind of backtracking a little bit because I get so excited about the workout, but tell us a little about like how you got into HOTWORX and who kind of you look up to and how HOTWORX kind of got its start because you've been with them for what, a couple years now?
So, it will be a year on November 5th. So last year, my family and I bought a new home right between Pleasant Hill and Altoona. And I was like, okay, like, let's find a job in the area, and see what happens. So I applied for a position at HOTWORX. Honestly, I had never heard of the brand before then. I'm like, okay, what is this? I'm like, all right, like, I feel like this is going to align with me and my values and my knowledge. And trust me, I researched the shit out of it before I even applied because I don't like going into anything blindly. I want to know that it's something that, I can be passionate about because I'm not going to go work for someplace or sell something that don't necessarily like myself. So first I did a phone interview, that went great. I went for an in-person interview. The lady interviewing me, Stacia, the regional manager, we hit it off right away. Basically, most of the conversation was about how we're both a hot mess, which, like, we are, and I will say that loud and proud. And part of the interview process was trying one of the workouts, and I did it. I'm like, this feels amazing. For some reason, they ended up picking me for the management position at the new studio. First time I walked into that studio, it was a construction zone. The owner, he was up on top of sauna 3 doing some wiring, just like kind of screaming down at me, kind of like stepping over tools and whatnot. I'm like, okay, I think this is going to be great. Went in there, some of the equipment in the FX zone I put together. The doctor's scale I put together in the apartments behind the studio. Like, there's really a piece of me in that whole place.
Mhm.
And I've honestly never been happier with a job than I am at HOTWORX. Not just
Wow.
because it's HOTWORX, but because of the people I work for, the people that walk through the door every day. It makes me excited to walk in there.
And I think that speaks to going a little bit deeper, just kind of knowing who you are and doing things that fill your cup, and knowing when that is and following that path because obviously you're in the right place. I mean, you radiate. And didn't you
Yeah.
say too that you had like the most pre-sale for this?
So yeah, so Altoona's actually a record-breaking studio. Now, I can't take a whole lot of credit for that pre-sale. That pre-sale was done September 13th of last year, so before I was even there. But in one day, the pre-sale team, which was mostly the staff from the Ankeny studio, so we kind of call ourselves sister studios. We do have the same owner. Sold 321 memberships in one day. And that was a company record. So that's a pretty cool thing. That record has since been broken, but trust me, keep watching. We plan to do it again. And, and we even, when we went to convention, we got to go up on stage and accept an award for being part of the 500 Club. And that's for reaching 500 members in a certain amount of time after opening. So if this tells you anything, we opened the doors on November 14th with those pre-sale memberships. And by New Year's Eve, we were at 600. So
That's incredible, Kristine. That's amazing. That's a good work.
we plan on it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're big dreamers over there.
I love it.
So if it can be done, we're gonna do it. Trust me.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
I know our listeners love when we get into the fun stuff here. So let's do something fun we haven't done before. It's gonna kind of be the prequel to our rapid fire questions, but these are gonna be called hot or not
I love this.
because of the sauna aspect of
I
hot
love
work.
this.
So we're gonna throw some trends at you that I want you to tell us if you think they're hot or not. So the first one here is cold plunges after a workout, hot or not?
That's an absolute not for me. Absolutely no. My husband, he would be all for that, but I've tried even just a lukewarm shower once and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've done the cold stuff at like spas. I can't do it. She did it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my
She's got balls.
How about that? I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Weirdly refreshing.
Yes. They say it's good for you.
Yeah.
Waist trainers, hot or not?
Say hot. I've seen them work, so they're not a magic cure-all, fix-all. You're gonna look like, a model, once you're done wearing it. But there are benefits, and I do believe in it, especially when paired with our heat. So little plug there.
Yeah.
Get some. I always have samples.
Good. Okay, cool. Workout selfies at the gym. I sometimes do this. I am like notorious for trying to do this and post it on my so hot or not.
So no, I was gonna say warm, but so I think it's perfectly fine. I do it myself. I think when it's overdone, then it kind of falls into that not category. Like, yes, please post yourself working out. If you're working out at HOTWORX, post it and tag us. We love sharing the members. But let's not get carried away.
Yeah. Well, very good.
That is a great answer.
Warm.
Yeah.
I'll accept it. Pre-workout energy drinks, hot or not?
Hot. I do feel like that little extra boost right before the workout helps you get more out of it. But if you're a person that's sensitive to pre-workouts or caffeine or anything like that, obviously you do what is best for you. But I'm definitely going to be drinking a clean energy or slamming an Alani before I step into those saunas.
This is one we talk about a lot here lately, and I know I've gotten a lot of flack for this. So I want to hear what you have to say. Athleisure wear as everyday fashion, hot or not?
Absolutely hot. So absolutely.
This is why I'm getting flack because we keep leisure wear, whatever.
So you know what? I'm obviously in some kind of athletic apparel most of the time, and I have been at this point for most of my life. But the thing is it can be very versatile. I could, run home after this and put on a sleek black tank and, maybe change the shoes and, I'm ready to go out to dinner.
Yep.
Or, one of my favorite things I own are all of my long line sports bras. So those, I can wear them to the studio with a pair of shorts during the day, and then go home and throw on, a pair of jeans, some cute shoes, and then I'm ready for the night.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, and I live for comfort, honestly. And if I can't put Nikes on with it, I don't want to wear it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a really good answer too, and I would agree with that. I'm culprit to that a lot too,
Yes.
wearing the tank tops and then changing it, and we like that. So, hot or not, home workout app.
I'm gonna have to say not.
Yeah.
So, our HOTWORX burnout app does have like a HOTWORX on the go virtual personal trainer, but I believe, the human aspect of fitness is one of the great things. Working out with your friends, having a workout buddy. You're held more accountable. I think that we've all tried those at-home workouts, and there's a lot of failure in that. There is. So, having someone that motivates you, even if it's just us standing at the front desk, we hold you accountable as well. If we see you every day and, we don't see you for a little while, like we're going to reach out like, hey, what's going on? And, we'll help you through it. We'll help you get back in. So, I really think it's hard to stay consistent with those at-home workouts.
I would agree with that. Personally, I
Right.
struggled because I did that too.
Yep.
And I knew that HOTWORX had that. I've never used even that part of the app, but I just like going in. It does hold you. All right, let's move into our quick fire questions, Heidi, and I'll start off.
Okay. So, quick fire question number 1. Morning or workout?
Morning, ideally. Doesn't always happen, no.
Messy bun or sleek ponytail?
So when I was a long-haired girly, it was always that messy bun. I am now in my short hair era again. So like I said earlier, throw on that baseball cap.
Love
I
it.
love that. Sauna or steam room?
Sauna. I mean, I have to.
Yep.
I have done both, and this is not just a HOTWORX plug, but I love the sauna.
What's your go-to post-workout snack?
Yogurt and granola. My absolute favorite.
That is really good.
It hits the spot. Cool, refreshing, a little bit of sweetness.
Do you make your own, or do you get it? Like, do you like to drive through somewhere or go somewhere?
So I'll just make it at home. I'm a very frugal person, so it's usually a store brand yogurt. And for the granola, I get the box of granola bar, hammer it with a meat tenderizer, and in the bowl it goes.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Leg day or arm day?
Leg day. Always that leg day. Like I said, those booties are in.
Yes. What is your playlist must-have song?
Oh gosh. I mean, I'm sorry, it's got to be a tie. So my go-to songs are either Rise Above It by I Prevail and Justin Stone, or got to go with the classic Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
That'll pump you up.
We played it at our wedding, actually.
you?
It was our recessional song. So after we were pronounced man and wife, You May Now Kiss the Bride, Crazy Train started playing as we walked back up the aisle.
I'm going to play that the next time I get on the spin bike.
I love that.
And yeah,
All aboard.
all aboard. That's right.
Okay. Favorite athleisure brand?
Oh, goodness. I'm always going to be a girl that loves Nike. But like I said, frugal. So, Walmart has some great athleisure clothes. If you have not checked it out, I will always plug that.
I do too. And I really like Old Navy too.
Yes.
On sale, you can get them really good. Workout. Okay. What's your definition of success?
So to me, success doesn't shout. Success whispers. Success, is really measured by the failures and the hell you have to go through to get to where you are now. To me, it's not about money. It's not about who knows my name. But like at the end of the day, like when I lay my head down on the pillow, I want to know that I did good that day. I want to know that I made some kind of an impact, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. So, I want to try to make a difference today. Like, I was driving this morning. I had, dropped my 3 kids off at school, driving home. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, I've been through some shit and I'm still here. I'm still standing. I have an amazing husband who is my world and, my number one supporter. I have my incredible kids. And my legacy is going to live on through them. So, I want to do good today. I want to make a difference in someone's life because, it's not what people say to you. It's what you say. It's what they say about you when you leave that room.
What a great
I think
answer.
that's great.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. And I think you are. I think you are making a big difference well, you certainly made a difference in my life. And I think you're
love
going
that.
to make a difference in others. And I know you have already and will continue to do so. So, like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. And I love your outlook. I love your why. I think it's wonderful.
I plan on doing this as long as I can. I just told our owner last night, I'm like, you're going to have to drag me out of these doors kicking and screaming to get rid of me. I'm like, because I love you. I love this brand. I love this studio. And I love everyone that walks through the doors. I really, truly do.
So if somebody wants to join, what's the easiest way? What do you say? Come in and take a tour, go online and join?
So you can call us, you can text us, message us on social media. Desiree does have her own QR code. You can scan that if you're here in the salon. I will make sure and get you that link to your own QR code and you can post that as well. So yeah, just come in, just try it. If you don't like it, you're not going to hurt our feelings because it is not for everybody. And I would rather somebody, be honest with us and honest with themselves, be like, hey, this is not for me. I'm going to be like, that's great. At least you tried it. I always say try everything once, twice if you like it.
Yep.
So, yeah, just get into the door, and we'll take care of everything from there. If you just want to come for a tour, we'll show you around the place. If you want to do a free workout, we'll set you up with one that's right for you. And we'll make it work for you. And, if you are coming in because of Desiree, because of this podcast, we're going to make sure that, you get the best experience, the best deal, and feel good about your decision.
Well, before we end, Kristine, is there anything you want to add about HOTWORX that we didn't ask you or to share about yourself with maybe other women to help lift them up or give them any great advice before we say goodbye today?
I just don't want women to be too hard on themselves. It's easy for us to feel like we're not doing enough or that we've failed somehow. But that's not the case. Women are honestly the rock stars of this world. Honestly, when it comes to HOTWORX, there's women that go into those saunas and they end up handling it a lot better than the men. So give yourself grace. We all start somewhere. You need to be forgiving of yourself. And it's never too late to make changes in your life. I mean, I'm 37 years old and I'm just now getting my shit figured out. So, it's never too late to start anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talk about that all the time.
Would you?
Yeah.
Anything you want to add before we say goodbye?
Just thank you so much. And you've kind of revived my, want to go in. And yeah, I hopefully everybody else has listened and gives you a try at HOTWORX and loves it as much as Des. And, they come and see you.
Thank you for having me. This was amazing. And yeah, I just want, to get the word out again that, we're here, we're waiting for you, come in, we'll make it fun. We'll make it good.
Yeah. And you'll see me there. I'll be the one yelling and laughing in the sauna next to you. Don't worry about me.
She's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm pushing through. So if you are local, come say hi to Kristine in Altoona at HOTWORX. Or if you're not local to Altoona, search out a local HOTWORX because I guarantee you won't regret it.
Almost 800 around the country.
and we're going to be getting another one in the Des Moines area.
Yep. Yep.
So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.